The hard truths of a difficult decision. Hello, and welcome back to our channel, where we explore the realities of aging with honesty and compassion. Today, we need to have a very candid conversation about a decision that millions of families grapple with every year: the move into a nursing home. This is a choice often born out of love, concern, or perceived necessity. Families envision a place where their loved ones will be safe, well cared for, and surrounded by professional support. They imagine peace of mind. And for some, this vision becomes reality. But for many others, the experience of moving into a nursing home can bring with it a deep sense of regret. It's not always about outright neglect or poor facilities, though those issues unfortunately exist. More often, it's about subtle yet profound shifts in life that aren't fully understood until one is living them day in and day out. These are the hard truths that I and many others wish we had known before making that life-altering move. This isn't about judgment or condemnation of a necessary service, but about preparing you and your family with a clearer picture of what can truly unfold. 1. The illusion of constant, individualized care. One of the primary reasons families choose a nursing home is the promise of constant professional care. The expectation is that there will always be someone readily available, attentive to individual needs. The hard truth is that while staff are often dedicated, they are also frequently understaffed and stretched thin, making truly personalized attention a rarity. Consider Martha's story. Martha, a spirited 88-year-old, needed help with mobility and medication management after a fall. Her family chose a highly rated facility, assured she'd receive excellent care. Martha quickly realized that while her fundamental needs were met, her individual preferences often weren't. She might press her call button for assistance to the bathroom, only to wait 15 or 20 minutes because a few aides on duty were busy with other residents needing more urgent help. She missed her specific morning routine, when she liked to read the newspaper with her coffee, instead being woken for a communal breakfast she wasn't ready for. She wasn't neglected, but she also wasn't truly cared for in the deeply personal way she had envisioned. Her regret stemmed from the loss of control over the small rhythms of her day, which combined made a huge difference to her dignity and well-being. 2. The erosion of personal autonomy and independence. Perhaps the most painful truth is the subtle but relentless erosion of personal autonomy. In your own home, you decide when you wake, what you eat, when you shower, who visits, and how you spend your day. In a nursing home, these choices are often replaced by a schedule, rules, and the collective needs of many. Take Henry. Henry was a lifelong early riser, loved his toast and coffee, then working on his bird-watching journal. When he moved into a nursing home, his days became structured by the facility. Woken at 7 a.m., breakfast at 7:30 with everyone else, showers on Tuesdays and Fridays whether you wanted one or not. His bird journal, once a source of deep joy, felt less inspiring when his day was dictated by bells and staff rotations. He wasn't being malicious, but the system, by its very nature, removed his ability to make small, daily decisions that had always defined his sense of self. He felt like his life was no longer his to command. The regret here is the loss of personal freedom, the diminishment of daily choice that chips away at one's identity. 3. The financial burden is often far greater than expected. Families often think of the costs, but rarely understand the true and escalating financial burden that can accompany nursing home care, even with insurance or government aid. The sticker price is just the beginning. Consider Eleanor and her daughter, Sarah. They thought they had meticulously planned for Eleanor's care, but after Eleanor moved in, the extras started adding up. There were fees for specific therapies not fully covered, charges for supplies, surcharges for higher levels of care as Eleanor's needs evolved, and private pay rates that quickly depleted her savings. Sarah spent countless hours navigating complex billing, appealing charges, and seeing her mother's life savings dwindle far faster than anticipated. The regret for both of them wasn't just the money itself, but the unexpected stress, the constant worry, and the feeling that Eleanor's entire legacy was being consumed by a system they felt they had little control over. Even with careful planning, the financial realities can be a profound source of distress and regret. For the loss of privacy and personal space after decades of having your own home, your own private space, moving into a shared room or a small, single room can be a significant psychological shock that's often underestimated. George, a quiet and introspective man, always cherished his solitude. In his home, he had his study, his garden, his quiet corners. Moving into a nursing home, he found himself in a room shared with another gentleman, whose television was always on and whose personal habits were very different from his own. Even in a private room, the constant presence of staff, the scheduled interruptions, the lack of a personal kitchen, or the inability to step outside freely created a profound sense of exposure. He missed the freedom to simply be alone, to putter in his own space without interruption. This loss of privacy, the inability to truly retreat into one's own world, can lead to a deep sense of vulnerability and a longing for the personal sanctuary that was once home. 5. The struggle to maintain social connections beyond the facility while nursing homes offer communal activities. The truth is that maintaining existing, deep social connections outside the facility can become incredibly challenging, leading to a sense of isolation from one's established community. Susan had a vibrant social life before moving. She had her bridge club, her book group, her weekly coffee with friends. The nursing home offered bingo and sing-alongs, which were pleasant enough, but her old friends found it harder and harder to visit. The commute, the strict visiting hours, the unfamiliar environment, and the sense of being an outsider in a new world all created barriers. Susan found herself gradually drifting away from her established social circles, and the new friendships within the facility, while welcome, rarely had the same depth or history. Her regret was the slow, painful realization that she was becoming disconnected from the very community that had sustained her for decades, leading to a profound loneliness despite being surrounded by people. 6. The unspoken emotional toll on family finally. While move is often seen as a solution to ease the burden on family caregivers, the hard truth is that it simply transforms the nature of that burden, sometimes creating a new and profound emotional toll. The Miller family, after years of struggling to care for their elderly mother, Helen, at home, made the difficult decision to move her into a nursing home. They hoped for relief, for less stress, for more quality time. But the reality was different. Helen, feeling abandoned and resentful, often lashed out at them during visits. Her daughter, Sarah, felt immense guilt, constantly questioning if they had done the right thing. Visits became tinged with sadness, frustration, and a pervasive sense of inadequacy. The family still had to advocate for Helen's care, navigate financial complexities, and witness her decline in an unfamiliar environment. The emotional burden shifted from physical care to a different kind of anguish. The guilt, the heartache of seeing a loved one lose their autonomy, and the constant navigation of a complex system. The regret was for the emotional toll, the strained relationships, and the feeling that a solution meant to bring peace had instead brought a new kind of sorrow. Making the most informed decision for your future. These are not easy truths to hear, but they are vital for an informed decision. Moving into a nursing home is a monumental step, and it's essential to understand the full spectrum of what that life can entail, both good and challenging. This isn't about discouraging necessary care. It's about empowering you and your family to ask harder questions, to explore all options, like robust in-home care, assisted living, or community support, and to make choices that align as closely as possible with your deepest values for independence, dignity, and quality of life. Consider a thorough assessment of your needs. Explore different types of facilities with unannounced visits. Talk to current residents and their families, and discuss financial implications with expert guidance. We invite you to reflect on these points. What are your biggest concerns about long-term care? What aspects of your independence are most important to you? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your perspective can truly help others navigate this complex journey. If this candid conversation was valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more honest insights into aging well, and most importantly, share it with anyone who might be facing this challenging decision. Knowledge is your greatest ally. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in our next video.